These condiments that are healthy, homemade, and add flavor are front and center in the fridge. If there's anything naughty, I tend to hide it in the back. Hi, Women's Health. I'm Alex Guarnaschelli.
Hello. What are you doing? I think you're chopped.
And today, I'm gonna give you a peek inside my fridge. Now, for a chef, that's a pretty personal place in the house to share with you, so here we go. Here's my fridge, and I thought a lot about cleaning it up or cleaning it out. This is pretty much how it looks. Now, how do I organize my fridge at home? I've had a restaurant for decades, so I really know how to organize a big refrigerator, but my fridge at home, that's a little bit more difficult. Of course, I'm always strategizing about dinner. These days, it's what's for dinner, what can we have, what do we have? The other big thing I think about a lot is, what do we have in here for snacks, and how did I strategically plant them so that the members of my family snack healthfully? Well, good question. So you'll notice I have several parking spaces here where there are just straight up fresh fruits and vegetables. An heirloom tomato, I've parked a bell pepper and some radishes here on the bottom. I have some beautiful salt and pepper cucumbers from a local farm stand. These are called salt and pepper cucumbers. I love them. Thin skin, so crunchy and sweet and juicy. I've got lots of tomatoes and even a jalapeno pepper that came out of our own garden. My fiance and my daughter both have green thumbs. I do not. Everything I look at doesn't make it to the table. And then I have some other stuff here. I have a lot of champagne grapes right now because they're in season, but I also have something always on deck for pickling. Champagne grapes in this case, tiny little delicious grapes. And you'll see evidence of pickled vegetables and homemade hot sauces all through the fridge. Up here, my fiance makes beautiful homemade hot sauces, and all the condiments are generally at the top of the fridge, right? Then I have my daughter Ava, who is an avid pickler of vegetables. So right here in front, I have some garlic scapes that she just pickled, and just some carrots that she cut into rounds and pickled with vinegar and a little bit of coriander and some other warm spices. Another way to get more vinegar, more spices, more vegetables, and more flavorful brightness and acidity right into your diet. Lots of also unusual flavors. Just some fish sauce. I like to keep it in the fridge. And then the door of the fridge, which is an important reminder to me of all the ways that I can put together a quickie sauce or a quickie vinaigrette, for example, on a weeknight when we're making dinner. I have some healthy oils here, avocado oil. I have some beautiful hazelnut and other nut oils that I keep here visually as a reminder. I also keep a lemon hanging around. I keep some vinegars in these jars of pickled vegetables to jar my memory and make sure that I'm using these fresh ingredients in multiple ways in my cooking. Of course, I've got lots of condiments. You can make a fridge look really full with a lot of condiments. I always have lots of capers and lots of little and big pickles. I do have a lot of grating cheese. When I don't want to eat a lot of cheese, but I want that sensation of cheese, I save some pecorino or some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese just to grate a little bit on a salad, on some roasted vegetables, for example. This helps me kind of with my meal planning.
Do you notice a theme with me that I always add Worcestershire and a little hot sauce to everything to lift up the flavors?
I've got even more little hot sauces and condiments down here. My fiance just loves to make these cute little jars of hot sauce. This hot sauce, we've actually had it for over a year. We just dot a little bit here and there on an omelet, on scrambled eggs. If we're eating lighter and we cook up some egg whites, a hot sauce is a great way to add richness and add great flavor to something that's so simple. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of stuff that's always homemade. We always have a lot of homemade salad dressings. We have some homemade jams always kicking around. Whatever fruit is kind of looking a little worse for wear, that gets turned into just a fresh and natural jam. There are some things though that I will only use store-bought. Ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise are just condiments that I will buy at the store. We don't get silly with it, you know what I'm saying? Is there any rhyme or reason to my fridge? That's kind of a question I'm asking myself. You know, it's grouped a little bit in a way that makes sense to me. Cheeses and butter up here. Generally, this is produce, fruits, dairy kind of hanging out in the middle, and then sauces, jams, and condiments on top, and lots of produce in the bottom drawers. The fridge is always jam-packed with produce as a reminder. What does Michael Pollan say? Eat food, not too much, mostly plants. That's kind of what I like my refrigerator to reflect. I always have a ton of olives in my fridge. I don't know why. In case anybody comes over, I am ready with the olives, a little bit of cheese, the charcuterie platter. I'm ready for anybody to come by. And then, you know, in the pantry, we might have that little box of cookies or whatever else, because, you know, life is also always about balance to me. You can't just have all healthy, you gotta have some fun. So thank you so much for checking out my fridge with me. I feel vulnerable in front of all of you, but thank you. I hope you will subscribe to the Women's Health channel, and I hope that you will also check out vitaminangels.org. That is a global charity that I am partnered with, that I'm really excited about, that is helping to bring life-providing minerals and vitamins to pregnant women and children in remote communities that are most vulnerable, to help fight malnutrition in the United States and all over the world. Thanks for joining me. Now I'm gonna make dinner.